You're bleeding, not from a wound you can see, from a loan you never agreed to take. Every time you rescue someone who doesn't want to climb out, you're borrowing against your future, your focus, your peace, your power. The interest compounds silently. Machiavelli understood something 500 years ago that therapists won't tell you today. Not everyone wants to be saved. Some people want an anchor, and when you offer your hand, they don't climb up. They pull you under. The fake world says, good people sacrifice everything for others. The real world runs on energy exchange, and some people are black holes. Here's what's happening. You think saying no is betrayal. You think your worth is measured by how much pain you can endure for someone else. That's not love. That's strategic suicide. Drop a comment. What's one person who took everything and gave you nothing but resentment? Today, we're performing surgery on your conscience. 6 types of people you must cut loose, or they'll drain you until you're hollow. This isn't cruelty, this is power preservation. If you're ready to stop being the one who gives everything and gets nothing, let's go dark. Before we name the faces, understand the trap. Why do you do it? Why do you run into the burning building when the person inside lit the match? Because you've been conditioned to believe your worth, your utility. You think goodness is measured by how much suffering you can absorb. Machiavelli called this strategic ruin. He wrote, "A man who tries to be good all the time is bound to come to ruin among so many who are not good." Here's the mechanism. Energy is finite. Time is finite. Power is finite. When you pour resources into a black hole, you're not just wasting them, you're funding the collapse of your own future. Think of it like a ship. Limited space, limited supplies. If you bring everyone aboard the saboteurs, the mad, the addicted to chaos, the ship doesn't become a haven, it sinks, and everyone dies. Including you, including the innocent. This is the concept Machiavelli used to advise princes, therapeutic darkness. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let someone hit bottom, because the bottom is the only place where illusion shatters. When you save them, you steal their lesson. You interrupt cause and effect. You become the drug that prevents their recovery. The architect of chaos. There's a person in your life right now who is perpetually followed by disaster. Lost their job. Car broke down. Partner cheated. Landlord evicted them. At first, your heart bleeds. How can one person suffer so much? You step in, lend money, offer advice, connect them to opportunities. For a week, maybe a month, calm. Then the chaos returns. The job you got them? Lost it. The boss had it out for me. The money you lent? Gone. New emergency. Bad luck is contagious, not through magic, through pattern recognition and association. The chronically unlucky lack. 3 things: judgment, discipline, self-awareness. They make impulsive decisions, ignore red flags, antagonize people, think carelessly, but here's the trap. They never take responsibility. It's always the world doing it to them. Machiavelli warned against associating with the unlucky, not from superstition, but observation. He noticed some people aren't victims of fate. They're architects of their own destruction. He wrote about how human fortunes are linked. When you tie your boat to a sinking ship, physics doesn't care about your good intentions. You go down. Your friend who's been between jobs for 2 years, you get them an interview at your company. They show up late. Blame traffic. Their resume has a typo. During the interview, they badmouth their last boss. You're embarrassed. Your reputation takes the hit. 3 months later, hey, do you know anyone else hiring? Stop being their umbrella. Step back. Let the rain fall. Let them get wet. Let them get cold, because only the cold makes them realize they need to build their own shelter. If you keep shielding them, you're an enabler of incompetence. Watch from a distance. Protect your peace. The infection of misfortune spreads through contact. I know faces are flashing through your mind right now. Names you haven't wanted to say out loud. You feel the guilt, but they need me. But I'm different, but I can change them. Kill that voice. That voice isn't your conscience. It's your ego. It's your arrogance thinking you're powerful enough to rewrite human nature. You are not God. You are human, with a limited battery. If you continue plugging yourself into machines that run on pain, you will die. Spiritually, eventually physically. Stress kills. Betrayal kills. If you're seeing this differently now, subscribe. We're going darker. The bottomless pit. This is the person who demands your help, consumes it, then resents you for it. First time you help. Thank you. You saved me. I don't know what I'd do without you. You feel good, useful. The hook is set. Third time, they don't ask. They expect. If you delay, they get irritated. I thought friends helped friends. Nothing you give will ever fill the void inside them, because the void isn't lack of resources, it's lack of character. Machiavelli wrote extensively about the fickle nature of gratitude. Men are quick to change their nature when their interests change. When you help someone like this, you create a dangerous dynamic. You become the master. They become dependent. And human beings, by their dark nature, hate those they depend on. Dependence breeds contempt. Deep down, they hate you. Your generosity highlights their inability to provide for themselves, so they take your money, your time, and secretly sharpen a knife. Your cousin who always needs rent money. You've covered them 4 times this year. Each time, I'll pay you back next month, I swear. They never do. Then one day you say, I can't this time. Suddenly, you're the villain. At the family dinner, they're telling everyone how you abandoned them in their time of need. The people you help the most often speak the worst of you when you're not around. Test them. Say no to a small request. The reaction tells you everything. A healthy person respects your boundary. The bottomless pit reacts with anger, guilt tripping, sudden coldness. Punishment for closing the tap if you see this run. You cannot save someone who believes the world owes them a living. Machiavelli's advice, if you must help, do it in a way that doesn't create ongoing dependence. Or better, don't help at all if you sense the rot of entitlement. Do not cast your pearls before swine. They will trample them, then tear you to pieces. The smiling sabotur. This one's close to you, maybe your oldest friend, the person who started at the same level as you. But then you grew, you succeeded, you improved. They stayed the same, they can't stand it. But they're smart. They don't attack openly. Open enemies are easy, you see their swords. The smiling saboteur hides their dagger behind a grin. Listen to how they respond when you share good news. You, I got the promotion. Them, oh, really? That's great. But aren't the hours terrible? You're gonna burn out. I'm just worried about you. You, I met someone amazing. Them, nice. Just be careful. You know how you get your hopes up. Do you hear it? The subtle venom. The cloak of protection hiding pure envy. They want to plant doubt. Lower your confidence. Pull you back to their level. Machiavelli knew that envy is the most destructive force in any court, business, or friendship. The envious person wants to save you from success because your success mirrors their failure. If you try to bring them along, they will sabotage the journey, consciously or unconsciously. They'll create drama before your big meeting, give you bad advice disguised as wisdom, reveal your secrets to rivals. Undermine your confidence in microdoses. You're launching a side business. You tell your best friend about it. Week later, you notice they've been DMing your potential clients with concerns about your reliability. Or they launch a competing service using your exact model. When confronted, I was just trying to help the market. I thought you'd be happy for me too. The law of concealment. When you're around them, be bland, be boring, be struggling. How's business? Oh, grind. It's tough. Feed them the misery they crave. Save your victories for those who truly wish you well. You cannot save the envious. Envy is an incurable disease of the soul. If you try to fix their insecurity with your love, you're hugging a suicide bomber. 3 down, 3 to go. If this is rewiring how you see power, hit like. Most people won't finish this video. It's too heavy, too real, but you're different. The next 3, these manipulate your deepest vulnerabilities. These leave the deepest scars. The professional victim. This type doesn't come at you with a knife or arrogance. They come at you on their knees. Machiavelli understood that power comes in 2 forms, fear and sympathy. The tyrant uses fear. The weak use sympathy. And sympathy is a drug that bypasses logic and injects straight into your emotional center. There are victims of circumstance. Then there are professional victims. A true victim wants to escape pain. A professional victim wants to farm it. They cultivate suffering, decorate it, wear trauma like a crown. They weaponize fragility. I can't do that because I'm too depressed. You're hurting me by asking me to take responsibility. The world is too hard for someone as sensitive as me. If you try to save this person, you enter a game you cannot win. To save them would mean taking away their identity. If they get better, they lose their excuse. If they get strong, they lose the attention their weakness guarantees. So they fight your solutions. You offer a ladder, my arms are too tired. You offer a rope, it burns my hands. You offer to pull them up. They go limp, making themselves heavier. Your partner who's been working on themselves for 3 years. Therapy twice a week. Reads all the self-help books, but nothing changes. Every time you try to plan a future, buy a house, start a business, have kids, it's, I'm not ready yet, I'm still healing, you're being insensitive to my journey. Meanwhile, they're perfectly functional when it benefits them. Work trips, nights out with friends. But with you, constant crisis. The moment you stop carrying them, the lamb becomes a wolf. They'll turn on you with shocking ferocity. Paint you as the villain. Tell everyone you abandoned them. They need a villain to complete their story. By trying to be their hero, you auditioned for the role of villain when you inevitably fail. Let them fall. Let them face the void without your hand to hold. Because only when the audience leaves does the actor stop performing. Compassion for a professional victim isn't love, it's masochism. The arrogant fool. This isn't someone who's unintelligent. Ignorance can be cured with knowledge. This is someone who refuses to know. Someone in love with their own opinion, even when it's destroying their life. Machiavelli's rule, a prince who is not wise himself cannot be wisely counseled. Translation: you cannot teach a man who thinks he's already God. You see them making the same mistakes repeatedly, wrong partners. Obvious scams. Fights they can't finish. You, with your good heart and clear eyes, see the cliff. You run to them, stop, look at the data, you're going to fall. What do? Sneer, argue, debate. Construct elaborate mental gymnastics to prove the sky is green. You cannot use logic to get someone out of a position they didn't use logic to get into. The arrogant fool doesn't want truth. They want validation. When you offer truth, they perceive it as an attack on their ego. By trying to save them, you become their enemy, the personification of reality they're denying. Your friend who's convinced their multi-level marketing scheme is different. You show them the statistics. 99% fail. It's mathematically designed for loss. But you don't understand my upline. This company is revolutionary. 6 months later, they're $15,000 in debt. But do they learn? No. They blame the market, the timing, you for negative energy. Silence. Let reality be their teacher. Reality doesn't argue. It doesn't debate. It delivers consequences. When the arrogant fool speaks, don't correct them. Simply nod. Interesting. Then step back. Watch the crash from a safe distance. Save your wisdom for those who ask. For those with the humility to say, I don't know. Help me. The arrogant fool must be left to the mercy of the world. It's the only force strong enough to break their shell. The scorpion. The final type. The one that breaks the hearts of the most loyal. The history repeater. The scorpion. Old fable, scorpion asks frog to carry him across river. Frog, you'll sting me. Scorpion, why would I? Then we'd both drown. Frog agrees. Sees the logic. Halfway across, scorpion stings. As they both sink, why? It is my nature. There are people whose nature is to betray, to destroy. This is the person you've forgiven 1,000 times. They cheat, you forgive. They steal, you forgive. They lie to your face, you forgive. Why? Because they cry. Promise. I've changed. I swear to God, this is the last time. And you want to believe in redemption. Machiavelli warns, men never change their nature. Behavior is pattern. Character is pattern. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Every time you take them back, you lose self-respect. And they respect you less too. How can they respect someone who treats themselves so poorly? They view your forgiveness not as mercy, but as permission. If they took me back after X, they'll take me back after Y. Your ex who cheated, swore it was a mistake, you took them back. 6 months later, different person, same pattern. But this time I'll change. I'm in therapy now, I promise. You take them back again. Year later, another betrayal. Each time, you die a little. Your friends stop respecting your judgment. You stop respecting yourself. The hardest act, amputation. You cannot taper off. You cannot be friends from a distance. Complete, irrevocable. Cut. It will hurt. Feel like cutting off your own arm. But that arm is gangrenous. Keep it, and the poison reaches your heart. The scorpion cannot be saved. It can only be avoided. Machiavelli, be wary of those who have betrayed others. They will inevitably betray you. Loyalty is a habit. Betrayal is a habit. Accept their nature. Believe them the first time they show you who they are. Now you see them. The 6 faces. 1. The architect of chaos. Bad luck is contagious. 2. The bottomless pit. Dependence breeds contempt. 3. The smiling saboteur. Envy disguised as concern. 4. The professional victim. Weaponized fragility. 5. The arrogant fool. Cannot be taught. 6. The scorpion. Nature doesn't change. You see them in your contacts, at your table, and now you feel heaviness. Because to follow this path, you'll be called selfish, cold, Machiavellian. Good. Wear those titles like armor. What they call selfishness, the wise call self-preservation. What they call coldness, the wise call clarity. Stop being the savior. Become the sovereign. A savior sacrifices himself to light fires for others, burns until he's ash. A sovereign builds a lighthouse. He stands tall, shines light. But he doesn't jump into the waves. But the lighthouse remains. This is the ultimate lesson. You are not responsible for the souls of other men. You are responsible for the vessel that carries your own. Step 1. Morning audit. Every morning before checking your phone, ask, who took from me yesterday without giving back? Write the name. Write what they took: time, energy, money, peace. Step 2. The boundary script. When someone tries to pull you into their chaos, use this: I care about you, but I can't solve this for you. What's your plan? Then silence. Let the silence do the work. Most will scramble, deflect, get angry. That's your confirmation. Step 3. The 7-day social experiment. For 1 week, stop offering help unless explicitly asked. Do not volunteer solutions. Do not rescue. Just observe who panics when you step back. Those are your anchors. Weekend task. List your top 10 relationships. Next to each name, answer: do they improve after our interactions or stay the same? Have they ever helped me without being asked? Do they celebrate my wins or subtly diminish them? Anyone with 2 no answers, begin the fade. Step 5. Evening review. Before bed, today, who did I save who didn't want saving? What debt am I still paying that isn't mine? Write it down. Tomorrow, add 1 boundary. When you cut away the parasites, something strange happens. Your energy returns, your anxiety vanishes, your finances improve, your health strengthens. You reclaim yourself. And in that space, you find strength to help the few who actually deserve it. The ones who take your advice and implement it. Return your loyalty. Grow when you water them. That is true power. Not the power to endure suffering. The power to choose who is worthy of your time. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few really know what you are. Let the world see a calm, untouched surface. But deep down, know you've mastered the hardest art, the art of letting go." If this opened your eyes, subscribe. This channel exists for those who are tired of the comfortable lie. Drop a comment. What's 1 boundary you're setting this week? No explanation needed, just the boundary. They will call you cold. They will call you heartless. They will say you've changed. Good, you haven't changed. You've just stopped drowning. And a man who cannot swim should never apologize for refusing to sink.
Thank you.